There it is.
Well, I think you have to set up the countdown time. Um, what was I gonna say?
I don't know. Do it.
Oh, there it goes. There's a little bit of the delay. I can see a little bit of choppiness. Can you? Is it a little choppy when I move?
Maybe no. Everything looks fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe it
Oh,
just had to take a second to like buff up.
yeah. Um, let's see. How about we start out with a little bit of random. I mean, not random facts, but things that happened today.
All right. It's like what's in the news today.
Yeah, kind of.
There you
Is
go. I was
that
gonna
too
say, if you
loud?
no, you're good.
The typing.
No, I don't think it's too bad.
Oh shoot! I have to sign in. So you got the
Yeah,
laptop
not.
all cleared up?
Oh yeah, it's so much faster now. Like everything's not popping up right away when you open it. I went through like Steam settings and made sure that it doesn't open upon startup and so on and so forth. So
Uh, how many games do you have to get rid of?
I haven't re-downloaded anything. I just re-downloaded Steam and then that was it. So like everything's still in my library. Like I wiped the hard drive and everything.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean I just open up the Internet Explorer on here because I didn't try downloading Chrome on it yet. And top headlines that I get are Trump warns Iran as Middle East tensions rise. Maxwell is fighting the release of more Epstein documents, calling the disclosure law unconstitutional. Well, I mean, no shit. Like, you're on it. You're like the second in command. So, of course, you're not going to want those getting released.
well,
Like, more of it.
they arrested Prince Andrew.
Hmm.
Did you see the picture of him? How scared he looked in the back of that?
I didn't, but I can only imagine.
Uh, good lord, it's just
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
it is unbelievable how I don't know. It's just I know a lot of people don't pay a lot of, and I myself don't invest any time in Alex Jones, but it's crazy about some of the connections that he was talking about so far or so long ago and how it's coming out.
See, I feel like with Alex Jones, it's like a 50-50 with him.
Yeah, yeah, you can never fully trust it, but he has said things that come out earlier or have come out recently that have been dead on. Like it's unbelievable. And when you did I send you the link where you could look through the actual files as if it was a email, like a Gmail, how he would have had it?
Yeah, I believe you did, but when I wiped my phone, I got rid of everything.
Yeah,
So,
well, I read through it.
what's going on, everybody?
I spent maybe a couple hours for maybe 3 nights in a row when it first came out like that, and just I couldn't anymore. I couldn't sleep. It's just oh, just scary, scary, scary stuff. Oh, the messages are getting deleted.
Yeah, people getting timed out.
Who's moderating?
MDH1118.
Do you have them modded?
Yeah,
Um,
I just can't remember who that is, but it's probably
you're
'cause
getting
they
rid of
they
the
re
6 7s.
yeah repeatedly spammed it.
All right.
So Moses. Oh, and I didn't realize this until just now, but our
What?
shirt layouts are the same.
What is your
And mine
shirt?
says "Embrace the Suck," but like I got the white bar on the top, and then you have the Z York shirt on.
I've had this shirt since high school.
I bet you have.
I bought this shirt from a CCS magazine I got in my mailbox. I begged my mom for 2 weeks to order me this shirt and a few
I
other.
remember CCS.
Oh my god! It was like when Christmas came around and all the toy places mailed their magazines to you, and you'd
Mhm.
circle what you wanted, even though you knew you weren't going to get it. Oh,
Absolutely.
man. I waited for that CCS magazine like I had a sponsorship and I needed more stuff, and I was the worst skateboarder ever, ever. I was awful. I was absolutely awful. Um, God, it's hard doing this on the phone because I have all my stuff bookmarked on my cell phone. So we got to figure out how to do this on the computer so I can have my cell phone because I have all my notes and my bookmarks on my Instagram pages or my Instagram about stuff. So, oh,
So
wait, hold on. I can pull up my Instagram on my computer. I'm stupid.
thanks for the reactions and the likes, everybody.
Uh,
Um, well, as far as I know, the only since YouTube won't allow you to invite the stream since it's only mobile right now,
yeah.
is we basically have to find a video editing platform that will allow us to we have to pre-stream everything and then upload it to YouTube.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be too bad for now until we built up a amount of people that were wanting to like watch us at a certain time. Like we can put out videos. There's a couple podcasts. There's a lot of podcasts I follow that they don't do it live. They record it when they can and then they release it on the same date every day. And they just say, "Hey, this is pre-recorded because we got stuff going on and stuff like that." But
Right.
until like we have people that are waiting to watch and like we have something that we're locked in on talking about, I don't think we have to worry about the video thing if we can do it on the computer.
Right.
Because then I can use this monitor and I have another monitor I'm gonna hook up and have stuff already lined up and laid out so I don't have to go searching for it. But what was
Right.
it say? It's weird using Instagram on my computer.
I bet because the layout and everything's different.
Yeah, I can't find where my like saved video notifications, explore, search, messages, reels, all that stuff. This is like the regular page profile, and then it just takes me to my pictures, and usually up in the top right corner is the thing to go. Oh, there it is, saved. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's like logging into YouTube on my PC compared to just doing everything from my phone like I'm used to. Everything's different.
Well, it's just so much easier on your phone. It's just mapped out to do it from your thumb, just thumb reaching. All right.
Right.
What were we talking about that I was looking for?
You were talking about the video game.
Oh, the video game Ill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Oh, the 80s was different for sure.
you guys watched I know we're jumping around. We got to work on that too. We got to maybe talk before and
Well,
figure
this is our
out.
first one, so
Well, yeah. But we got to talk before and figure out what we're going to talk about, the amount of time we're going to spend on it, and then like not talk about anything but that because we'll catch ourselves remembering something when we start talking about something else, and we'll be like, "Oh, as to what I was talking about earlier," and then
well, that's why when we were talking about like that missing person,
yeah,
so like that's what it was, and then we switched over that we were gonna do basically like Resident Evil, the games, the new one coming out.
yeah, and then we
So
talked about Epstein and all that stuff. So we got to just pick something, stick to it, so people who come in a little bit late aren't confused.
well, that's why with this one I didn't put what the episode actually was about. I just put in the description that it's basically anything from video games to conspiracy theories and of course food. So for
Oh,
like this episode, we pretty much have a wide range of what
yeah.
we can work with. So bouncing around, if people read the description, like it's this episode's fine.
All right, I'm gonna have to change this light because it's shining right in here. But
Yeah,
oh, that hot horseradish is back in stock. I'm gonna send that to you.
gotcha.
Oh God, my grandma. I told you she came out here when Magda was back at home for her friend's bridal shower.
Yeah.
Um, I told you that it says on the bottle that you're not supposed to take a whiff out of it or anything. And like you're not supposed to. It's I sent you the picture. It says don't put your nose anywhere near like
Yeah.
inside the bottle and take a whiff out of it.
And you
So
did, didn't you?
no, well, I kind of did when I first got the bottle and like
Uh-huh.
holding it. If this was the bottle of the horseradish, I
Yeah.
opened it and I just like kind of went over it and smelled it, and it like burned the back of my skull. So I know not to like dig my nose into it. My grandma gets here. She gets all settled in. She pour like it's later in the day, so she poured herself a glass of champagne, and she's like, "Oh, where's this horseradish you were talking about? You've been telling me about it for 2 weeks. Where's this horseradish?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's right here." So I pull it out, I show it to her, and I look her dead in the face, and I say, "Do not put your nose down in it and
I
take
know where
a
this is going.
whiff. Yeah, take a whiff of it because I showed her on the bottle. It says right here, first thing, don't do that." So
Yeah.
she's like, "It's horseradish. I love hot horseradish." Takes the lid
Fair
off,
enough.
puts her nose down it, takes a whiff of it, and just starts screaming. And it was
That's hilarious.
it was just absolute cinema of I don't know. She thinks she's tougher than what's prescribed for everybody else. But that
Now,
nasal A bomb, I'm sending you a bottle of it. It is no
mhm,
joke. That's the best horseradish. It is so hot, it will clear you out. And I spent the first probably week of having it just mixing it with a little bit of mayonnaise, sour cream, salt, pepper, and lemon juice, and just eating it with every protein that I had.
now you do realize it's me you're talking to, right? And since you told me not to do that, now I'm gonna have to do it in the video. You understand that, right?
Oh yeah. And then when you post a video after you've hurt yourself or burned your sinuses, I'll know I
Absolutely.
told you.
Hmm.
It's no joke. I love horseradish. I love wasabi, and I know the wasabi that we get in the tube here in America isn't wasabi. It's just horseradish dyed green.
See, I hate it when it comes in the tube, so I always try to buy it in the bottles. But even then, I know it's
What, the powdered?
no, it's like a little green bottle. It's maybe like yay big.
Yeah, and then you mix it with water, the instant.
No, um,
What are you talking about? Because I've gotten the powdered wasabi in the little green tin, and you mix like a tablespoon with 2 tablespoons of water and let it sit, and then you have wasabi.
no, it's not what I'm talking about. The wasabi sauce is what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The green bottle that's like mixed with mayonnaise.
I guess like that.
Yeah, yeah, I've bought that. No, that's not straight wasabi. I'm talking about
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
what I
in
mean.
the purple tube. That's yeah, that's prepared wasabi, like prepared horseradish. Hold on, I gotta text back the guy that's coming to wash pepper tomorrow.
You're good. And yes, I agree. Big pharma is definitely the problem. One of many problems. Yeah, spelled it wrong. Whatever. Go figure. You are absolutely right. I cannot handle the one chip challenge.
Didn't you
But I
do it?
also
Oh
put
yeah,
the
you
one.
did do it. Then you got a stomach ache. Had your wife taken to the hospital and then just stopped hurting in the waiting room, you little bitch. How much of that chip did you eat?
Listen,
How much of
dude,
that? Shut up. How much of that chip did you eat?
I put the whole chip in my mouth and I ate the whole chip.
Mm.
I didn't do the little bite. No, I took the whole thing out and I'm like, okay, this chip's pretty big. Smelled it. Whatever. Ate the whole chip and I'm like, okay, it's hot, but it's not too bad. And then it hit me. and then my stomach just felt like there was a boulder inside of it.
Like that's so many people say that's the problem.
You know, when you get like the real bad cramps, or like if
Oh
you've ever
yeah.
had a kidney stone, but think of
Okay.
instead of your back, it's in your stomach. That's what it felt like.
When I started like doing my health stuff and health stuff and started like incorporating like making sure I got enough fiber and started taking the supplements, the nutrients, or not the nutrients, the multivitamins, the fruit and vegetable drink and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, I would get up, take all that stuff, and my stomach would just be in knots because I was so used to never like even getting enough water every day. So I just
Mhm.
like, decided I wanted to be a little bit more healthy, bought all this stuff. And the first week of it was just, I couldn't leave the house until 2 hours after I drank my juices and took the supplements because I didn't know when I was going to need to be at the house.
Well, yeah, I mean, your body's taking all like the bad antacids and fats and stuff and actually breaking them down now and getting all that nasty toxins out of your body.
Yeah, and it's not even like I ate terribly. I just like overate. Like I would eat good food that
Oh,
I
yeah.
would cook. It was never like fast food or anything like that. But I would get a pack of chicken breasts, cook all of them, bake them, and then make rice or something like that, and then
Hmm.
just eat most of it right before I went to
Right.
bed, and then go to sleep on a full stomach of food.
Yep, I gotcha. Well, probably can't talk about topics like that without changing some words.
What?
Trying to get banned. Anything that rhymes with ooze.
Nah. I mean, ban will end up with convenient suicide.
Oh, wait till my run. I'm gonna be put on the list for sure.
No, did you see about the guy? Apart from the use, but the
Got you,
guy,
Mark.
what?
I'm reading the comments too as we're talking.
Uh, the scientist that has found water on other planets and like looks for what's it called? Livable situations on a livable
Yeah,
planet, something that we can make.
inhabitable.
Yeah, inhabitable planets. He was found
Yeah,
shot out or shot in his home and somewhere in Southern California.
probably tried to make it look like a suicide, but once you do the analyst, the way the angle is, it's obviously not a suicide.
Which is weird. We find all these breakthroughs and people end up dead. What was his name? What was her name? She was that lady that was doing all of the she was doing I can't remember. She was a Chinese lady and she was doing some kind of like this is gonna kill me until I figure it out. Hold on.
Okay. Well, while you're thinking about that, Mark over here is saying, what about Stanley Mayer? He said he was poisoned for making a car run on water. Well, that's like Diesel, mysteriously disappearing during a
Wait, is
boating
that
trip on his way over.
the
Like,
state?
no, somebody killed that dude.
Well, yeah, I just go I like after I Googled it, I remember hearing something kind of like that. I didn't know the name, but I typed in the name that he said in the comments, and then once I read what it was about, I didn't remember the name, but I remember hearing about this and the water fuel cell car, and then his death of a cerebral aneurysm. A cerebral aneurysm, you have an aneurysm by like a pocket of air in your vein, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not a doctor. There could be other causes of aneurysms, but if remember when the CIA came out and said that they had the heart attack gun?
The heart attack gun?
Yeah, I remember when they went to like Congress and they showed their heart attack gun, and then they
Yeah,
used like puffer fish venom, and they could cause a heart attack that couldn't be like detected as like anything other than a natural heart attack.
yeah,
Um, don't you think they could do that with a cerebral aneurysm? Something like
ab-
maybe shoot a little bit
absolutely,
of compressed air into one of your veins, something like that. They had that one
absolutely.
journalist. They had that one journalist who was gonna blow the whistle on something. They took control of his car and drove it into a tree.
Oh, I remember that. That was like the big scare with everything going AI and like Tesla. It's just about people being able to just like hack into it because all it is a computer. And if you're good, it doesn't matter how many firewalls you have. Somebody's gonna get into it. Um, let's see what else was there.
Self.
I mean, you can start jumping into a lot of rabbit holes with.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on, let me pause this.
Stanley had ran out of a restaurant and said he was poisoned. Gotcha. Thanks for the reactions and the likes. Appreciate it, everybody.
Did you hear
You
that?
know,
Did you
yeah, I
hear
can hear
that?
you. Yeah,
Did
I
you
could hear
hear?
you the first time too.
No, did you hear what I just played?
No, it was like you were frozen.
All right, good. Hold on.
Um, I just had something in my head that it seems like not a lot of people have talked about, but I can't remember what it was now. It'll come back to me. No, that's that. That's not it.
All right, I'm back. Sorry. My grandma's messaged me. She couldn't figure out how to turn off her sound system.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, 3 Mile Island up here in Pennsylvania.
Three
Yeah, they're
Mile
talking
Island's
about.
in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it's not too
Really?
far from where I live. And they're actually talking about, pretty sure it's supposed to be this year. They're talking about restarting one of the reactors because they've all been shut down, but they're talking about restarting one of them.
How far away are you from the 3 Mile Island?
I'll let you know right now.
Because, like, how old are you?
32.
How long have you been showering with that water? Because I could see why the hair's gone and why I
Oh,
can
well,
see
screw you.
I can see where the hair
Screw you. No, you can't.
I can I can. Look at
Bullshit.
me. Look at me. Look at me. There I go.
What's your excuse?
No, I'm not hiding it. Look at that up there.
Oh, yeah, I see that. It looks
Yeah.
like a dick.
Well, no, the thing is, it's like
You can't escape
it's
it.
no, it's smooth, but I think I'm not trying to make excuses. It's probably because I'm in my 30s, but I played football my whole life. I played lacrosse, and I think the helmet rubbed, and I think I might be coping now that I say it out loud. But I really want to say it's because I had helmets on and like my head's calloused because I tackled so many people. And this is like
I got you.
to protect my brain from CTE. But
Yeah.
now that I say it outside, that sounds like coping, and I'm just bald. Whatever. What are we talking about other than this?
Um, so I am 2 hours and 45 minutes from 3 Mile Island if you take the turnpike.
It's in your water table. It's in your water table. That's Imagine if you didn't wash your hair with your 3 Mile Island, Pennsylvania water.
Yep. Well, when I used to live in Portage, I was closer.
Is Portage in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Uh, um,
Well, yeah, I was 2 hours and 17 minutes away then.
remember when we first started playing PUBG on the computer or on the phone?
Yeah, how we met.
Oh well, yeah. Oh, have you told people that?
I did once in a live, but I haven't made an actual thing about it.
All right, we'll do it now. I gotta go get some water real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. I was gonna say
Oh,
this is like the
people.
first time. This is the first time people are actually seeing what you look like. I'll have corrupted water. Yep, absolutely, Mark. So, Banana Overlord over there. We actually met. Be going on 7 years now, but we actually met through playing PUBG Mobile. Pretty much, we got into a squad with these two Mexican kids, and we played a game. Don't know if we won that round. I want to say we did. And then they had to go ahead and leave. We decided we were going to team up and keep playing a few more games. Just started talking about, random things. And one thing led to another. We kept playing more and more games and became friends. And then the first time we actually met in person was 6 years later at his wedding.
At my wedding. It was
Right.
really
Ain't that
good.
crazy?
It was really fun to meet someone to play with that after he got knocked out of the game, he was still fun to talk to. No help in the game, but still fun to talk to. All right, that is a great description. This light is so
What the fuck are you
bright.
talking about?
You were ass, and you were always dead in the last circle unless you were running at somebody with bombs, sacrificing yourself.
Hey, you thought
Support
that was a
player,
great play, though.
support player, but that's why we love you. Have you ever tried these Tate's Bake Shop?
Yes. Well, so I
No, wait,
haven't had
no, it's
those
not. No, it's not Tate's Bake Shop. I just lied.
because I was
It's
going to say I did the video on that coffee.
yeah, no, it's not that. It's called Capriellos or something. They're frozen almond flour. I sent you the picture of them, the jalapeno cheddar biscuits
Yeah.
that were frozen. They're made out of almond flour and they're like protein or some shit. They
Okay. Yeah, I
had
haven't tried them.
I just saw the jalapeno cheddar biscuits at Costco, and then I went to Sprouts once we moved to where we live now, and there's a Sprouts by us.
Mm.
And I was looking at their frozen section, and they had like a few other options. They had sea salt chocolate chip cookies, brown
Ooh, those
butter,
sound good.
sugar cookies, and just like regular biscuits and the jalapeno biscuits. They come
Right.
as like these little, well, I guess not little, about this size, frozen like pellets, and they're
Okay.
oh, it sounds terrible. Like chunks of dough, and then you put them on the bake sheet and you cook them, and they cook down really good. And we had the jalapeno and cheddar biscuits, and they were amazing. You couldn't tell any different than a regular biscuit. And the
Oh, nice.
chocolate chip cookies, I'm gonna try right now. You can't tell me that you can tell the difference between that being almond flour and just like
Mm.
one of those tubes that you cut off of what's it called and put it on the cookie sheet. Those are great.
Oh, yeah, like all those holiday cookies and stuff when they come out with them.
They're still great. But
Congratulations, Mark, to 10 years of marriage.
ooh, 10 years. And he's renewing his vows.
Right?
Where are you renewing your vows at? Keeping it local? Are you guys going somewhere? Are you doing something special? Is it going to be themed? But what I was telling you is where you live in Pittsburgh, I worked in for the gas line when I worked for the gas company. Well, I didn't work for the gas company. We got subcontracted. We
Yeah, I
worked
remember.
in Fairmount, Clarksburg, Morgantown, Maidesville, and then we worked in I think it was called Martinsville or New Martinsville. And
Yeah.
then we came in and we did work in, well, we went up north on our way back to Michigan, and then we worked in like Greensville, Pennsylvania,
Hmm.
and Stoneboro. Is where you're at in Pennsylvania? Is it really flat, or is it just like
It's hilly.
mountains? Is it hilly?
Yeah.
I remember I had to when we worked for the gas company, no one did just one job except for like the welders and the pipe fitters. If you were hired as like a hand or like just a member on one of the excavating crews or the backfill crews or the regrading or the restoration crews, like
Yeah.
putting on grass seed and stuff like that, they could ask you
Hmm.
to do anything. And I remember they pulled us off one day and they took us over to this hill that was like a straight shoot down, and they'd been dragging pipes up of it to like get the
Hmm.
pipes to the place where they were gonna bore them under the ground. And we were like, "You guys are gonna put winches around your waist, back down this mountain, and just drop grass seed." And every maybe 15 20 feet, the winch would burn out, and then we got put on hazard pay because we were hanging off the side of a hill or basically like a steep ledge, hooked up to a piece of machinery, and it would stop every 15 minutes, so we get 2 hours of hazard pay.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go back and take back my review. These, after sitting in
Hmm.
my mouth for a little bit, they get a little grainy.
Okay.
Get a little bit grainy. The biscuits don't. Did Mark ever say where he was going to renew his vows?
No, not yet. I think he's typing or he's going to other things. So the issue that I still have with YouTube, as far as mobile goes, I'm assuming it probably does on the PC too. But like right now, it says there's only one person viewing, and that like now it says two. So I don't know if it's going back and forth or what. And you look like you have a disgusted look on your face.
Cookie's pissing me off. That was ridiculous. It's like sand. What was your wife laughing at?
Oh, you talking shit about my gameplay,
What's Sarah laughing at?
about
What's she
being
laughing at?
support.
What's she laughing at?
What, Kramer 2.0 down there?
Kramer's in here?
No, I said like she's laughing about the way I play, so that's why I said Kramer 2.0 because she played like Kramer does.
Well, yeah, she would ball out a little bit harder than us, but that's how we played everything when it was just you and me. We take up a position, we evaluate, and then we attack where it seems necessary. Get the corner of the map we like. God, remember those PUBG mobile days?
Yep,
Those were fun days. We didn't
those
have
were
a
fun days.
fucking game system. We couldn't afford game systems. Even if we did, we had no time to use them. And just
Yep.
like get those 3 good games off of one phone charge, and then talk to you later on
Mhm.
tonight.
Yep.
Those were great
Well, I remember I
days.
was in like it was literally like a little cubby area that I would play in,
Me
or I'd be
too.
doing Lyft, or I'd be driving for Lyft, and I'd be at the airport, and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm like 100 and something in queue. Do you want to get a game or two in?"
Yeah, and then oh god, I do remember that. I remember I always like whenever I got back to the apartment and you told me you were starting to do Lyft, I'd plug my phone in and be like, I gotta have it charged up just in
Yep.
case you get a few games in. Where's my hold on? I gotta get my plug to plug this in. But those early day games, I don't know. Even though we were playing phone games, it still felt more substantial than like the Fortnite games. Except for when we were playing that first run through a forest.
Oh, that first run of Forest was I don't even know how to describe that.
It's it the first run through a forest, one, it was great because we didn't have to pay for it. and we just got a
Yeah.
really great game for free. We could spend
Right.
so many hours in it doing whether we want to progress the story or just mess around and base build. But the Sons of the Forest doesn't have that same feeling. It's not. It's not so. It doesn't feel so much like. It doesn't feel so much like, hey, have a good time with your friends, base build, figure out what's going on. It's more like urgent. Like you can't figure out anything until you like
Mhm.
press all the
Well, it
resources.
I mean, it has that same dynamic as the forest where, like, it doesn't really tell you anything, you gotta figure it out on your own, but I think what makes it a little less fun is the fact that you have Kevin following you around. So you have an NPC now in the game that follows you around and you can tell him to do stuff.
Mhm.
And you gotta run around, you gotta find, like, the key card and this and that. It seems like they made it more or less into, like, they added, like, a puzzle game into it instead of it just being, like, survival horror.
Yeah, and then figuring out stuff as you go. It almost seems like they built the game on the same aspect of, oh, you're gonna explore the island as the forest, the Sons of the Forest. Oh, you're gonna explore the island, you're gonna look for resources and you're gonna
Mhm.
uncover things. But it seems like they tried to add too many like little things, like the wheel thing or whatever it is to get around. I don't need
Yeah,
that. It seems like they added too
the
many
golf
little
cart.
things. Yeah. Well, you need the golf cart, but you need the golf cart to, if you're going to have the golf cart, you need to make the map accessible to the golf cart. Not that you're
Mhm.
weaving in and out of trees and stuff like that and following the
Right.
paths that don't really get you anywhere unless you take the long way around. But it
Yeah.
seemed like I could get across the map in the forest so much quicker than I could in Sons of the Forest. And I know that it's a bigger map, but it just seems so much more discoverable and explorable in the forest as like a fun aspect of just like exploring with your friends. And Sons of the Forest just seems like there's a sense of urgency to find enough stuff to prepare yourself to finally play the game.
Exactly. Well, that's even, like, with the mapping system. Like, with Sons of the Forest, you have you have your comms, so, like, you have, like, your satellite GPS, so you
Yeah.
already see the entire map. But when you're in the cave, there's nothing. With the forest, it gave you that, like, okay, I'm pulling out this paper map and it looks like I'm hand drawing it as I go. So not
Yeah.
everything's discovered already. And then when you go in the cave, you're drawing a cave map too. So you're like, okay, I've been here, but I
Yeah.
haven't been
Got
here. So that
the
one item I'm
information.
trying to find is in this cave, but now I have the map. Oh, we didn't go here. Let's try that out. You can't do that
Yeah.
in Sons of the
And if you
Forest.
just go explore the area, you'll eventually like be able to map it out and do stuff like that and figure out where you're at.
Exactly. I like the building mechanisms in the forest compared to the Sons of the Forest too.
Well, I kind of like the Sons of the Forest better because you can split the logs and you can make it way more customizable.
Yeah,
But also, resource gathering in the Sons of the Forest is a lot harder than it is in the forest, which you would expect from a game evolving and trying to give you a more in-depth experience. But I think most
right.
of the people who are playing Sons of the Forest are the people who are like us who didn't have extra money at the time to spend on the game. So we found it on the PlayStation Pass, didn't we? We didn't pay
Yeah.
for the forest.
No, it was in the PlayStation Store.
PlayStation Pass, and we took a chance on it. I think I remember pretty good the first game. We loaded in and we didn't know what we were doing, and we spent the first probably week of playing with each other whenever we could, just figuring out our bearings of the size of the island and what we're supposed to be doing there. And
Dude,
that's
we
really
didn't know how to make weapons. We didn't know how to build anything. And then it's like, oh,
nothing.
you got to find blueprints. Like,
Stuff like that. And then just like when you get to the Sons of Forest, you almost get
what's up,
this
comrade?
sense of this should be here because this is how it was like in the forest, but it's completely different.
Exactly.
It's fun
Well,
to
like
play.
well, and then too, like I remember, like you left for that like 3 weeks or a month or whatever for that job out of state,
Yeah.
and then you came back, and I just had like that huge thing built
Oh yeah, I remember that
from the
with all the
plane all the way over.
names and everything on it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have anybody else to play with, and I got bored, so I'm like, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
build this shit.
Yeah, I remember that. It was it was definitely a great game because, like, I mean, when we started playing, and then after you got your console, after you decided that you're actually gonna spend some time playing with me, we got hit in a really good time of really good games. We got Apex for free. We
Hmm.
got what was it? Call of Duty. What? No, Call of Duty. We both had Call of Duty, didn't we?
Yeah, we
And we
both
were
had Call
so.
of Duty, and then we both got Battlefield, um,
Okay. I can't
which we were
remember if that
just
was free on something or if we paid for it. I think it was free on the Game Pass because we have
yeah,
the PlayStation Game Pass. But
yeah. We got Apex. We decided we were gonna try out Rocket League.
oh god, we gotta get back into Rocket League.
We started playing that for a while.
Rocket League was a really good time. We spent hours playing Rocket League.
Hmm. Well, the intro music was great too.
Just play like, oh god, the soundtrack on Rocket League
Yeah,
unmatched. That's close to like, what's that other game that was a great Grand Theft Auto? Well, I mean, of course, Grand Theft Auto. They always have great soundtracks, but
yeah. And I mean, we played that for a little bit, and then it was just the coming in, as level one people, and you're like just getting murdered by everybody.
if you're not a 13-year-old playing Grand Theft Auto online at the time for Grand Theft Auto 5, there's no way you can keep up with them. It was just like you were either a teenager or you were just unemployed living with your parent and just like running up missions. But GTA 5, hopefully, we can find some time to get on that and do some stuff together because I think that would be fun to do some streams of us doing GTA 5 once I figure out their online stuff.
Like the role playing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did some of the role playing stuff like through 5M and stuff like that. And it's just so hit and miss between servers that you find, like if it's a
Yeah,
good server, if people are actually in there playing actively. And then the servers that are good, you got to do the whole like get in contact you got to get in contact with them through Discord, and that takes some time sometimes. And it's
right,
just like if you don't know the people who are hosting the world, it's just a little weird and hard to get into. And then also, if you don't have a good computer, it's really hard to render like the outfits and stuff to make you look right. Otherwise, like your stuff doesn't fit on you. So
right.
hopefully,
Gotcha.
when it comes to GTA 5, they figure out something to render out 5M. I left it installed on my PC just to hopefully do it. I tried to do some of that Red Dead role playing, and it's just not the same as the
No.
GTA. No.
Or they won't even hit it at all, and they'll just keep pushing GTA 6 back further and further.
Well, I mean, honestly, how long can they push it back till you just don't give a shit anymore?
I think that's where most people are at by now.
I mean, they've. I can't even remember when they announced it, but I remember that they announced it and everyone was so excited for it. People were going crazy. You were ready to play GTA 6. There was no way no one's not going to play this game. And just every time you heard something about it, it was never about progress. It was always about, oh, it's going to be this. It's going to take this much longer. It's going to
Yeah.
do whatever. Do you remember what the release date is for it now?
Sometime next year.
I think it's in like, I mean, I can
But then I
Google
think
it.
they were saying they were going to push it back because there was that rumor floating around that the lead developer was on the Epstein's list in the emails. But I think that was
Well,
just a rumor, though. I don't think they proved that.
it's set to release November 19th, and it's only coming out on PS5. You still got your PS5, right?
No, I do not.
Oh. Well, By the time it
Eventually,
comes
I'll
out,
get better.
well, I
So,
mean, by the time it comes out, it's not like it's been. How old is it? When did the PS or the PS? Is it the PS5? When did that come out? Can you just go and buy them now? Is there like no like delay to buy them, or they're like in
oh,
shortage?
they're everywhere. They're
So,
everywhere now.
so it's not like you can't go pick one up or even go get one for.
So, so it launched November 12th of 2020. So it's been 6 years almost
Since GTA 5.
since the PS5 came out.
Oh, the PS5 came out. The GTA 5 was on PS3, wasn't it?
At least four.
I mean, no, what was GTA 5?
GTA 5 released September of 2013 for the PlayStation
Oh, it
3
was
and
on
360.
PS4. GTA 5 was on PS4
Well, it
and on
says,
PS3
yep.
on September 17th, 2013.
Hmm. Yeah, it was
Oh.
on it first came out on PlayStation 3 and the 360. Then November of 2014, it was the PS4 and Xbox One.
GTA 5 was on the P or on the Xbox 360.
Yep.
GTA 5.
Yep. And it didn't come out to Windows until April of 2015. Then it says in March of
Holy
2022,
shit.
it came out on the PS5 and Xbox Series S, which makes sense because they came out in 2025.
Were you PlayStation or Xbox?
That was PlayStation.
I was PlayStation
I
too.
I got a 360, but the only reason why I got the 360 is because they
Gears
came
of
out with
War.
the Games of War, but they came out with the Halo Reach edition, and I got
Gears
that
of
one.
War. Correct yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I started out, I was all PlayStation. My mom, I remember when I was whatever 1997 when the
Thanks for the like.
Nintendo's what?
Talking to them. So thanks for the
Uh,
like.
when I remember I was young and for Christmas, I don't even think it was for Christmas. I think it was after Christmas because my mom didn't have the money. But I remember it wasn't Christmas. We were just at the house, but my mom brought out this big box and it was a Nintendo 64 wrapped up.
What's up,
And
Dennis?
we opened it up. We were so excited to play it. My mom read us the book that told you about all the different like racers that were in the we had the Diddy Kong racing on Nintendo 64 and we played like
Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie and stuff like that. And it's just so weird to think of how far we've come in gaming where I just remember these boxy people running around. Like, remember Mario 64, where he was doing the flips all around and going to the castles into the painting?
Vaguely.
Yeah, I didn't play it like to finish. I played it on one of my cousin's game systems
Maple's in the chat. What's up?
just to run around and just play the game. But like I remember like going I did the level where you pick up the baby penguin and you drop it off the side. I did that. But like I remember playing those games and then playing like Nintendo 64, Banjo Kazooie, and just like, bro, games cannot get better than this. Like I can't remember the name of the game, but you played as a gecko. I think it was Gecko 64, and there was this whole thing about a remote, and you went to different worlds. And I was like, this is top gaming.
Yeah.
And
See, I remember something like that for the PS1. I think I started out with a 64, but the games that my mom got me was like Scooby Doo and something else. And I always remember getting pissed off at the Scooby Doo one because I'd play it and then I'd have to go to school, so I'd have to shut the system off. But you couldn't save anything, so you'd always have to restart.
this
But
is
I
what I'm
remember
talking
playing
about.
like, yes, I had the demo for that. I didn't have the actual
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I could
Yeah, I
never
remember that.
finish the levels because they were, I guess, too hard for me as a kid. But that
Awesome,
was the
Maple.
first game I had on Nintendo or PlayStation that I could remember being like, these graphics can't get any better.
I remember that. Well, that's like playing like Resident Evil 2 or like Dino Crisis. And it was like, okay, you have a person walking, it's a little boxy, but like you get the hand movements now, but the hands were like fused like this. So there were never
Yeah.
any finger spaces. And I was just
When did
like, these graphics are great. The dinosaurs look awesome.
See, I
And
never
then it just
played the
progressed.
dinosaur games like Turok or the one you
So I
just
never
said.
played Turok. I played Dino Crisis and then Carnivores.
Yeah, I never played any of those games, but I remember them. But do you remember when Resident Evil went from like the, let's say, side scroller like Super Mario, where you like went into rooms and it was just side to side, to like actually like being able to,
Like the
of
fixed
course,
camera angle
yeah,
to
of
you
course
actually
you
being
would
able to
know because
adjust it.
you
Yeah.
played the games. Yeah, because I remember I got Resident Evil something and it was just like the side view and you went like side to side and did stuff like that. When did they
Yeah.
change
I
it
don't
to open world kinda?
see. I remember, so I don't think I've played that one, but like Resident Evil 1, and I haven't played the remake of it, so I don't know if they redid the camera angle. But Resident Evil 1 was where like you walked into a room and it'd be like the camera would be up above and you would just see your character slowly get smaller as you walk through the room because there was never any different angle. And then if you walked into another room, the camera angle would change, but it was fixed. So like you couldn't use your
Oh,
joystick and move and look around.
so you couldn't like all of a sudden you were looking at them and then you were on the back end of the hallway trying to navigate from like where you
Yeah.
were. Yeah.
Yeah, that's called fixed angle cameras. And then want to say it was, I think Resident Evil 4 was the first one where they had it where they got rid of fixed angles and you could actually look using the joystick.
What was that the one? I remember there was a Resident Evil game where, was that the one where it changed their whole style?
Yeah, because Resident Evil 4 was the first one where instead of it being like horror and jump scares, it was more
Mhm.
like action survival. And they
I
brought
remember
in the merchant so you could go to him and you could buy weapons, you can upgrade your weapons.
you get the herbs and stuff.
You get the herbs and stuff in all of them.
No. I remember what's the Resident Evil with the wolf people?
The wolf people?
Yeah. Like, remember you fall through like a floor and then like this wolf guy comes out and bites your hand off? I
Oh,
watched you play.
Biohazard.
Is that the newest
Biohazard.
one?
No, so there was Biohazard and then Resident Evil 8 was the one with the vamp. Well, no, one came out after
I
that
haven't
and I
played the
haven't played
games,
it
but I
yet.
know the one about the vampire lady. I know the one about the vampire
I
lady.
think everybody's, and that's the one that you're talking about. So it wasn't Biohazard. There was Biohazard, and then it was oh, dude, it's been a moment. Stupid thing. Resident Evil 8
Oh, Maple's in here?
Village is Resident Evil Village.
That was creepy.
Hmm.
Wait, wait, hold on. What was the difference between Resident Evil? Well, because I know there's the one where it was like the European poor people, and then there was like the African same, like African village and European
That was
village, same class of
so
people,
so
farmers.
so the so the African one that was Resident Evil 6,
Okay.
which that one got a lot of bad reviews on it, and the only thing I didn't like about it is you could switch between different characters of what scenes you wanted to play. So
Oh,
that's what I didn't like about it. Um, but Resident Evil 7, so Biohazard and 8, those were the first two Resident Evils that brought the first person aspect. to the game instead of being the third person where the camera's behind you.
Mm.
Which I think is cool for Resident Evil 9, the newest one coming out,
The
is they actually
Requiem.
made it. Yeah, they made it where you have the option to choose. You can play it in third person or first person.
Well, didn't they do another Requiem?
No, so after Resident Evil 8, it was. I don't know if it was an actual game or if it was like a DLC. I think it was a game. Um,
But the most recent one before the one that's coming out right now is the one with the vampire lady, right?
yeah, that was Village.
Okay, so this one Requiem with the giant like blob creatures and stuff like that. What's this one
Yes.
called?
Well, the Resident Evil 9 is called Resident Evil Requiem.
So who's the antagonist for this one? Because it's in a
Ooh.
story.
So
Like,
that actually goes back to I think it's Resident Evil 5. Like it goes back a ways.
oh, so they're doing callbacks to other stories.
For that guy, yes, and then
Leon.
the Leon, yeah, Leon's coming back.
Then who's this
But
guy?
are you talking about the female, the FBI agent?
No, the guy like who is the protagonist in the most recent one?
In Village. It's the
Yeah.
vampire lady.
Well, no, maybe that's the
Well,
wrong word.
technically,
Who's the hero? Who do you play as?
oh, what the fuck was the dad's name? Start with a T. Um,
Tiberius?
no.
It could be.
Ethan Winters.
Okay.
That's what it was. Because you were talking about the wolf thing, and that was like the biggest part on the preview. He goes like right outside of their like main layer, and he comes over to the loudspeaker, and he's like, "Ha ha ha! Ethan Winters, welcome."
Yeah, but is it always the same person who's the like saving grace guy, or is it somebody different?
No, so with Resident Evil 7, that's the first time Ethan was introduced. Normally, it was Leon or like Chris Redfield.
All right. I never knew. I thought it was always the same like anime guy doing all of it.
No, it was Leon for a good bit, and then they brought Chris in, and then they kind of bounced it between the two of them, and then they started adding in like a female character that you could play as, or the one I never really played a whole lot of because it was more like different stories was
Mm.
the Outbreak Files. But the
Were
Outbreak
those
Files,
were those
that
those top wait, were those like actual games or were they like those top down like mini games? I know they're not like mini games, so do you know what I'm talking about? Like
I
how Fallout
believe
did their first games.
I believe so. I don't think I played those ones. Because I know Outbreak Files, I think I gave it like a try, but the storyline was weird to follow because, like I said, there were like different versions. There are like so many different storylines in like different parts of the city, and it was always different characters that you'd play as. So there was never like a main person. It was like a bunch of random people pretty much that you would just play as. And then there was one on the Wii that I played.
Resident Evil on the Wii. I remember playing the worst Call of Duty of my life on the Wii. I think it was a
The
World War
Umbrella
II.
Chronicles was on the Wii. That was interesting to play.
Umbrella.
Yeah. And then Resident Evil Revelations, you watched me do full playthroughs on those. Because
Yeah,
remember, I had the trial, and then I was like, oh, well, I guess I got to buy it to find out what happens next.
yeah.
Yeah, so you watched me do those ones. That one was fun.
That was a fun. Well, I mean, watch for me.
Yeah.
My chair keeps sliding. Hold on, move my chair back. There we go.
You're good. Yeah, so like I'm looking here and like there are games that came out for the Wii that didn't come out for PlayStation, like Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles, um, Resident Evil Archives, like Resident Evil Zero. Like I never played those ones. And I feel like if you're gonna have like a franchise,
Yeah.
you shouldn't limit it. Like if you have it where any console can play it, you shouldn't come out with exclusives then for certain consoles.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, you got a reliable
Very
customer
excited for
base.
Requiem.
Yeah, you got a reliable customer base. You want to be loyal to them.
Yeah.
But the one, how much longer do you have? We have hit our first hour. I got a little bit more we can talk about, but if you have to go,
I can maybe squeeze in a few more minutes. I mean, I'm 3 hours ahead of you. It's 11:11 here.
let's do 15 more minutes and call it good.
Sounds good.
Um, well, I was gonna ask you, have you seen that the game clip, not the ill one, but the what's it? Shit. All my feed is just new video games. I might not have sent it to you just to tell you about it. I'm pretty sure I have, but it's the one where you go back in time, but you have modern weapons.
Yes, I have. You showed me that.
Remember that? I can't remember the name of it, but has that come out yet?
I don't believe so.
Let me Google it. Game. You go
So there's
back.
actually a few theories already out there about how the new girl, the FBI chick, plays into it. She wasn't like a main character in one of the other ones, but she was an investigator. But they're linking her possibly being not related to, but having a connection with the giant female monster that like stalks you. Apparently, she
What's her
used to
name?
be
Lady
somebody else.
Damascus?
That's
Isn't her?
the vampire lady, yeah.
Yeah, her name's Lady Damascus. Oh, there's my charger.
Um, but I guess she was basically like someone who's gonna blow the whistle on somebody, on like the main protagonist. He found her and basically gave her, I don't know if you want to call it the virus, but basically gave her that, and she turned into the giant woman stalking you.
You guys
I for
excited
sure will
for?
be playing it and streaming it in the first person view because I feel like first person is going to be scarier than third person.
I will not be playing it because I'm a pussy and I don't play those games. I
No,
don't.
but you'll be watching me play it.
I'll be watching him play it stressed out. I do not. I'm excited to watch him play it, but I am not a horror game person. I am. I don't know why because I would like to think that I'm not a bitch in real life, but when it comes to video games, the jump scares just they do it to me, and then like, ugh, my heart starts beating, and it's just. I love the idea. I love the idea of the anticipation, and you're getting what you're paying for, and you get a good bunch of jump scares, and that's what you want. But I am not that person. I just I don't know how you do it.
Well, see, and like this time they're talking about, um, I mean, looking at the preview, it seems like they're actually going back to horror, like actually like it being scary. What
Not just stressful.
Yeah. So what I'm hoping there's an option for if they didn't do it themselves. And doing
Oh,
the full playthrough, I'm gonna go into the settings before actually playing it to find out. But I'm gonna shut the music off. Because that's always a telltale sign with Resident Evil. Like once you start hearing the music, you're like, okay,
what's gonna
something's about to
happen?
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like if you shut the music off and then you turn the corner and you're just like, oh shit, where'd you come from?
Yeah,
because then you're not getting that cue.
I could see it, but don't you also use that too for like you're getting I don't know these games at all, except for I watched you. But once you're getting closer to a door that you're going through where there may be a boss and the music doesn't the music start playing in that area and it kind of like lets you know, let me make sure I've looked through this whole room to make sure I have everything that could help me.
No, so pretty much the music starts playing whenever um there's not when there's about to be a boss fight, but whenever like if you're being stalked by somebody, the music will start playing to let you know like, hey, you need to run. Um or the music plays when you enter, it'll be like a real mellow music if you're in like a safe room, so you know, okay, they're not gonna bash through this door. But
Uh,
with Requiem, they're getting rid of that entire idea of you being safe. Because with
so there's
the
no
big
UI.
giant well, with the big giant woman who chases you, so lights frighten her. So if you go in a room and there's like a ceiling fan, like the one that's behind you, she'll literally drop down through the floor over that light and smash it, or it looks like she kind of like covers her face like this and just throws her arm up and breaks the light. And also, you have the typewriter is how you save now. So you got to find the ink for the typewriter in order to save. So that's going to make it harder as
Ah.
well because if you're running around because you're being chased and you're not checking everywhere, you might pass one up. But it used to be you'd go in the save room, you'd see the typewriter, and you go, okay, cool, I'm good.
Now you gotta
Well,
make sure like you
apparently,
have the respawn token.
yeah, but apparently with her though,
What's
even in the rooms where the
Foxtrot
typewriters,
buzzing on? What's Foxtrot buzzing on? Maple's
well,
back
then he
too.
put Well, then he put play, so I think he meant I'm fucking playing. But
Oh, okay.
apparently, what she's supposed to do though when you go into the room with the typewriter, I'm not gonna say it's the first time, but you can't just hide in there because she'll come smashing through the door and run after you. So they pretty much took safe zones out of the game, so you're not safe.
Unless you
And
have the ink.
well, no, I can go ahead and I can save the game, so like it saves my progress, but I
Oh, but
can't
it keeps
hide out in the
moving. It
room.
doesn't stop. Okay, yeah, that
Yeah, I
makes
can't hide out in the room. But they also, um, the newest Alien, the newest Alien video game that they came out with, they put an AI model in the Alien. So, like, if you hide in a locker or under a desk, it gets smarter as you play the game. You gave yourself extra eyes,
who it is.
but yeah, so it gets smarter as you play the game. So like it'll start figuring out like, okay, you're hiding under the desk and this and that. Apparently they put that same AI model into this Resident Evil. So you can't just hide in a locker, you can't just hide under a desk and expect them to walk away. Yeah. And in the one clip I saw, you're playing as the female character, you're hiding underneath the desk. The monster stands at the desk and then she goes like this and peeks under it. And I'm like, oh shit.
So, is it like that new thing where they learn your movements?
Yeah, it's the AI model. Now, they didn't release if all the bosses are going to have that in there or if it's
Yeah,
just her. So, it's going to be real interesting to find out.
a little bit.
Definitely makes it less hide and seek.
All right. Last thing before we close up this podcast. This was a good podcast. This is a good first one. We need to clean this up. I need to get the lipstick off my face. Hold
Yeah, you do.
on. I'm sorry. I was trying to make a little money.
I mean,
Um,
you do live out in California, so
it's hard out here for a Goopa, but I think if we can narrow it down to being on topic or think about like a category we're going to talk about and not stray from it, I think you and I can talk for whatever about a topic. We just got to like beforehand pick a topic, stick to it, and not stray from it.
oh, absolutely. I mean, we basically just an hour just flew by just BSing.
Hour 10 minutes, mostly BSing. Yes, mostly mainly BSing. But that's the
Mhm.
fun part of it. That's what it's supposed to be. We need to figure out how to do it on the computer though, because well, I mean, I have a camera, but I can't figure out how to turn off the camera or the microphone in this cheap camera that I have, so it kind of like echoes. So I think I'm just gonna go
Gotcha.
to Costco or wherever and buy just like a not Polaroid, but like a regular camera and mount it like that has video on it and just use that
Mhm.
and then use it for my cooking videos. But
Yeah,
I think
then we
that
just got to figure out what software or whatever they use to where we can do it like this and then record it all.
yeah, I'm sure I'm positive that there's a software to use it. We just gotta figure it out. But this is a really good run, just doing it off our phones and using our computers and laptops to
Right.
look for
So
information.
then I was in the Army for 8 years. Banana, unfortunately, didn't serve.
I got procluded because I got stupid tattoos. I got I got this tattoo. What? Oh no.
No, not
I
that one.
I got
That's the
then
one that tripped you out.
that one, flat feet. That one and flat feet did it to me. And then I started working and making good money and drinking and getting out of shape. And then all of a sudden they were cool with it. They're like, hey, we saw that you apply and you want to be a Marine. And we procluded you because of the tattoos. We're cool with it now. I'm like, oh, I'm just too old. I'm making money now.
That's because the
But
war started kicking back up. So they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna worry about those little things, you know."
yeah, I know. But like
So they
after
just
that,
need bodies in USA.
I know. I was like, bro, I was all in. Like, if you didn't mind the tattoos, you could have told me to do anything. I would have done it. But
Right?
no.
They'd have been like, "If you cover that up, we'll let you in."
Yeah, I mean, I was 19. Wait, no, I just turned 18. And then I was like, when they got back to me, I was 22 after they didn't care about the tattoos. And I was like, dude, my shit's been all busted up and hanging drywall for 4 years. Like, I am
Right.
just terrible.
Well, good
But you
luck,
look like
Ben.
the pillar of health. What time is it
Pillar of
there?
what here?
Yeah.
11:22.
What'd you look at that you didn't look at the watch on your wrist, stupid?
I looked at my laptop. You dumb fuck.
You know, watch on
Shut up.
your wrist. Is that just to look tactical, you fucking asshole?
Absolutely.
Oh, did you get your 4 probiotic Pepsis in?
No, this is my second.
You
It comes in an 8 pack, so I'm not gonna let him go to waste.
better drink 2 more before you go to bed.
Right, or I won't meet the count.
No, but seriously, last thing we'll talk about. Are you getting your fiber in?
Probably not.
Dude, I watched this podcast and I don't know if like these people are like actually scientists or whatever. I didn't do any of the research. I just like typed in on Google or on YouTube information on positive gut health and like digestion and stuff like that.
Right.
And everything I saw through shorts and like YouTube videos, which is no way to collect your health information. But
Absolutely
apparently
not.
fiber
Unless it's
is
from me.
fucking fiber is tantamount to like how your whole system works. So I
Oh,
went
absolutely.
out and I bought fiber pills. I bought sauerkraut. I already had kimchi, and then I bought quinoa and lentils to get as
Mhm.
much fiber as I can into my diet.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, I spend 3 hours on the toilet a day.
Mhm.
So there
Well,
is
I also think you gotta do that stuff in like moderation too, and like anything, there is like too
too much.
much.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing
So
like I did.
you froze. I don't know if you touched your phone, if You're getting a phone call, but you're frozen on our end. There
What
you are.
happened? What
Oh no,
happened?
you're like this, and then you froze.
No. All right. Well, I guess that's probably a good time to wrap this up. This is a good first episode.
Yep, audio works, video's clean. So
Looks really good. Well, let's talk off camera and nail down a couple subjects for the next couple times we do this. We'll probably do this maybe every 1 week to 2 weeks until we
yeah,
can
every
bash
week
it.
or not at least every other week.
Until if it's not every week, we'll let people know. So let's plan on telling people that there at least be an episode every, well, not even an episode, just a rant. Let's not stick to or commit to a time, like an episode, like an hour or anything. Let's tell them that we'll give them a rant at least every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I just put like this was episode 1 and then episode 2. I don't do the time frame thing because it's either something's going to come up and it's going to be shorter or it's going to go longer. So
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you never know what's
whatever
going
it
on.
is, it is.
And also, there might not be anything to talk about. And so we can just do a little 45-minute hangout, bullshit with each other, and count it as an episode. But I think this could be fun. This could be really fun to keep doing. But we definitely need to nail down some subjects that we're just going to stick to so we don't wander about like whatever comes into our minds so people don't get lost.
Right. Well, you got the one that you sent me um, about that missing person theory, so we can do that one for sure, and then go from there.
Oh yeah, well, that's another thing. The last thing I'll talk about, like we should definitely distinguish between when we're just like talking and bullshitting about what's going on and things we're interested in, and when we actually have a topic that we're going to talk about.
Right. Well, and that's where we can open up with too. Like I said, I always put in the description, like if we're talking about this, talking about that, and with this one, like I said, it's anywhere from video games, the conspiracy theories, and food. So
Yeah, and then in the title it can be like, "Oh, we're talking about this." So if you're interested, tune in. But yeah, we definitely need to have our just like the rant days because those are fun. This was fun, just like going back and forth with no kind of direction.
yeah,
It's a
Maple said definitely do that one. So for the missing person, and then talk about how it's not aliens, it's secret military technology.
don't. Oh,
We're
hold
about
on.
to be here for another few
Hold
hours.
on. Hold on. We're gonna run this for not 15, 10 more minutes. 10, not even 10, 5 more minutes. Thank you, Mabel, because I was that's a
See what you
gentleman.
did, Maple?
That's a gentleman of class right there. That's a gentleman of class. That's a gentleman of class.
And you can
Um,
accept this because look at that mustache.
um, I'm not gonna lie. You cannot tell whether the alien stuff's coming out because all of the US people, all the famous people, all that shit is coming out with the Epstein files, or if they're really releasing this at this time. But if you were paying attention to any of the people, Ian Carroll,
It's been
the people the people Joe Rogan had on, all the other like podcasters on YouTube who are talking to the alien people, like David Fravor. He's from Michigan. Um,
Bob
I think
Lazar.
I
That's the famous one.
Bob Lazar is a great episode, and either he is telling the absolute truth or he is the best bullshitter on the face of the planet. But I feel like I can believe him. And I know people are gonna say all this nasty stuff is coming out about the billionaires in the US and all the US officials who were tied in with all this Epstein craziness, and they're gonna drop the alien, like we're in contact with aliens to try to draw attention away from what's going on with the Epstein stuff.
Hmm.
But
I agree with that.
the Epstein stuff hasn't been uncovered until recently. All this alien stuff has been going on long before. I'm not saying the Epstein stuff is like not true. I'm positive that these fucking rich people are up to some nasty, weird fucking shit, and like that's its
Absolutely.
whole own thing. But they're gonna try to like distract us with alien stuff, but I don't think it's necessarily not true.
Right.
Because why would all of these accounts of the fighter pilots going out and seeing the Tic Tac in the ocean? David Fravor talked about how I can't remember if it was David Fravor or the other guy who came on who was the alien guy or the US military guy who had dealings with recovery of missiles in the ocean, like to salvage the stuff. I don't know if you
Right.
heard about it, but
Yeah.
they you heard about where they put down the don't give me a heart. What the
I was
fuck?
partying
You
JFK.
want to kiss me? Stop it. I'm
You're the
trying to
one
talk.
wearing the red lipstick over there.
No. This is just
See?
this is just having lips, not being a bird lip fucking Irish. But do you remember when oh god, that's a good looking dog. Look at you.
You want to
All
say
right.
hi?
All right. Give me 5 minutes with your dad and I'll let you go cuddle with him. Did you hear about the guy who worked for the US Navy and he did the missile recovery where they would recover the test missiles and stuff like
Yeah,
that and
that fell in the ocean and stuff.
the failed munitions in the ocean? They
Yeah.
put him down there to hook up to some kind of something that they lost in the ocean. It was some kind of missile. He hooked it up and then all of a sudden something came up and pulled it down into the water. And
I
then
heard something about that. I have to look more into it.
he was like, they're pulling this down into the water. He hit the like release thing. The boat took off. The US military boat took off. And then they came back an hour later and got him. He was just sitting down there for an hour. And after they got him up, he was like, yeah, I was hooking up to the missile or whatever. And then it just started getting sucked down in the bottom of the ocean.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
believe I heard that one, and then the ones where like I heard the one theory, like the reason why we started testing nukes in the ocean instead of Groom Lake was because we were attacking like an alien civilization, or we were trying to blow up their ships.
I haven't heard of that one. Groom Lake?
Yeah, Groom Lake, out by where like Area 51's at.
I haven't heard about that one. That's gonna have to be a like we're gonna have to dedicate a whole episode to like alien stuff because I have just bookmark stuff that we can do a 2 hour episode on.
Right.
So we've been at this for a little bit today. Let's count this as a win, and then you and I will talk and we'll like make a schedule of stuff we're gonna talk about, and then you can put it up on your YouTube as like the upcoming podcast, and this will be the subject. And
Yeah.
then can you put up a on your YouTube, can you put up a poll for your followers?
So, so the way the polls work right now, it's absolutely stupid. Um, oh, where's it at? I like have to re-find it on here. But the last time I tried putting up a poll when I had a live, it used to be down at the bottom, but now it's like smack in the middle of the screen, and you have to answer it before it goes away. And I've heard from some people it just stays there.
So you can't like put a poll up on your page. Like what would you like to see? The alien episode or like
Oh
can we
yeah,
see
yeah, that I can do. I thought you meant like while we were doing the live to
oh
put up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you can do that. I know that's a little bit bugged on YouTube and it works a lot better on Twitch, but like you can put up on your
Well, it
YouTube
was
channel.
fine until they did the update, and once they did the update, it was just garbage.
But you can put up like on your YouTube for your followers, hey, Vet Duck and Banana Podcast, would you guys want to hear about this or that? And then you can put a poll up.
Yeah, yeah, I can do it.
All right, well, why
Yeah, I can
don't
just make it, like the Duck and Banana Show, vote on what you want the next episode to be. And then I can have like two there that people can vote on.
you
And
got
whichever
two
one gets
options?
the most. We could do two options or however many options.
All
And
right,
then whichever one gets the most votes,
we'll
like
do
let's
that.
say I leave it open for like three or 4 days, whichever one gets the most votes, that's what we'll dedicate the next one to. So on and so forth.
So what? Today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. Why don't you put one of those up for Monday? Like put one of those
Okay.
up on Monday, and then tomorrow on Sunday we'll talk about a couple options, and then they can vote on it all week, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever, when you have time, we'll
Yeah.
do whatever they talk about, but we'll like you should cut them off on like Wednesday, so we have time, or Wednesday or Thursday, probably Thursday because we can figure out stuff quick through Google, but like cut off the option on Thursday, and then
Yeah.
whatever they want to hear about, I will deep dive into like research about topics, and we'll just focus on that. So you pick three topics. It doesn't have to be like, it can be like conspiracy, gaming.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick like a topic. I'll pick like a category.
Yeah,
And
category.
then we'll go from there.
Conspiracy, gaming, food, current events, whatever, music, movies, whatever. And then you let me know. We'll cut it off on Wednesday. We'll have 2 or 3 days to do it. Do it Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, whatever.
Gotcha.
I think this could be fun. I think this could be really
Absolutely,
fun.
dude.
I think this could be fun. All right, you taking your ass to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so am I. I'm gonna shut down my stuff, and I'm gonna go out, tell my wife how terrible these cookies are, and go to bed.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good
All
one,
right.
everybody.
Have a
Thanks
good
for tuning
one.
in.
Talk to you later, and bye.